Welcome to Volume 2 of the Quarantine Diaries. I am one half of your host of the Untitled Podcast, Stolen Craft, alongside my buddy Lorenzo. How you doing?
We back, baby. We alive. We haven't caught COVID.
I feel like we don't do them a lot, and then at the start of every single one, we're back.
That's my go-to. We back.
We returned. So, how's the semester been treating you, buddy? It's over.
That's all that matters. It's over, right? Doesn't matter how it went.
Be honest, how many S's did you take?
I took 2.
I took 1.
I can proudly admit I took 2.
I don't know how. I was like, dude, I might have to S my whole semester, but no.
I got an A, a B, and 2 S's.
You only had 4 classes?
Yes.
Legend.
Yeah, get this, bro.
I'm ready.
4 classes, my entire college career, still graduating on time. That's the power of dual credits.
Yeah, well, I had like almost a year done, like going out of high school, because I'm nasty like that.
So, I could have got 2 B's and an A, but
You didn't want to take the B's?
No, I was working, got to the point where the work was becoming an afterthought, and I was like, I can take an S. It's cool.
So this one class, I literally didn't. The S I took as soon as quarantine started, I just didn't do anything for it.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't need to take the S's. They would have been C's, but
yeah,
I guess.
Well, this one class I did need to take an S.
I was debating: is it better to take an S where it doesn't count towards my GPA, or is it better to take the C, which would lower it?
Yeah. So this blew my mind. You know, I had that one esports journalism class. I was online, right?
Yeah.
Mina Kimes, the ESPN person, came and talked online, and she's like, I wish I knew in college that your grades don't matter. And that changed my life. She's like, no one looks at your GPA.
They really don't, though.
Unless you're going to law school.
Yeah. Unless you're doing any grad school.
Yeah. What have you been doing during our time apart? Because you moved out. Just wanted everyone to know that. No longer roommates.
I moved out a little over a month ago. Still won't force me to move out.
No.
And I've been working at Pollywood for almost a month now.
I love it.
Honestly, not
free
doing
time
too much
wise.
More than that. Free time. I play COD every now and then. Try to, but a lot of my free time is taken up by work and other work around the house and stuff. Need to get back to the gym grind.
Yeah, okay. Keep Fat Roach.
Me, boy. No. Watch me, boy. I'll be back and better than ever in the fall. You won't get to witness it.
Did you watch the UFC this weekend at all, or did you just hear about it?
I did not. I just heard about it.
Well, Tony Ferguson's a punk. He's been washed for a few years now, let's be honest. I'm glad he's not going to fight Khabib.
We didn't want to believe it.
I didn't want to believe it. So, he gets stunned by Pettis a couple years ago, right? Almost loses that fight. I'm like, it's Pettis, dude. Former champ. That dude's old. He's washed. Has a good fight against Cerrone, but who doesn't spank Cerrone, at this rate? And now he just got smoked by Gaethje.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Gaethje, yeah. Have you been looking at the name and I have no clue what this name is?
I thought it was Gaethje or something.
Nah, Gaethje.
I didn't know it had that.
Yeah, I don't know what he is. Well, he's white. First of all, he said he's half Mexican after when his in his Pokes fight. And I was like, really? You look pasty. All right. So, how long do you see this quarantine lasting? When are we going to be able to spread our wings?
Oh, dude. I mean, I'm spreading my wings right now. I'm going to be honest.
Irresponsible, but I'll take it.
You're making me feel bad. in public.
What do you mean? I just asked you a question.
But yeah, I'll give you a little example. This Martin's here in Napanee
Yep.
require masks now. I've gone in there like 4 times with no mask.
Well, we also live in Napanee. Well, I don't live in Napanee. You live in Napanee, my hometown.
Hey, Elkhart County has more confirmed cases than
Exactly. I'll tell you why.
Monroe
Because
County.
people are going. Yeah, because here in Monroe County, we practice the social distancing. We're not, our stuff isn't even open.
Now, here's the truth. There in Monroe County, their population is left.
Are you saying there? I don't see what you're saying here.
I'm
Bloomington's
saying
still big.
The students that live there are gone.
Still quite a few students here, not gonna lie. But I see what you're saying.
Anyways.
The irresponsible people are no longer here, is what you're saying.
True. Yes. Anyways.
No,
I mean, I hope things, get better sooner than later, obviously, but I'm not going to pretend to know anything.
Yeah. I know there's a second wave that hits these the other countries, but they were lockdown. So I don't know how it works, bro. I don't know how that spreads. I guess Italy wasn't full lockdown. They just got demolished.
Yeah. I'm just going to say if we're back in full force in the fall, it'll be a miracle.
Well, I saw that I think it was California State. They already said that's apparently it's one of the biggest colleges with most people or something like that. I don't know. They're like, this is terrible. This is I have no clue. This is a headline I got from New York Times. They're like, yeah, they're going to be totally online in the fall. I could be misquoting.
Jesus, dude.
But I don't really need that in my life, I don't need online classes, bro. It sucks.
On one hand, it would suck. On the other hand, I could potentially keep working and make more money than I would normally be able to.
Yeah. Yeah, alright, so that's enough of the intro stuff. Also,
but then I wouldn't be able to live in my brand new apartment.
No, that you pay for.
Yeah, what the heck?
Well, did you see? So, the apartment complex that we still pay rent for, rent was due, obviously, May 1st, right? And they sent out the thing if you're low on funds, there's a IU emergency fund thing. These places still are trying to rip everybody out. They already rape everybody with the prices anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just yeah, that's another month, pay it. Which I understand, I get.
You used a pretty sensitive word.
What?
Just want you to know. The R word.
Roach?
Close enough.
Alright. Oh, and then I have in the notes for intro that Warzone is the greatest, because that's all I've been playing, really.
Warzone's fun, man, but I suck at it.
Dude, I was frying yesterday, bro.
Now, there are times when I'll pop off, I'll get a good game, hit some shots, but...
So, me, Chad, and Caleb were playing, and we went deep probably almost every game, except for 2. We died off the rip twice. And I had double digit every time we actually got a game in,
That's freaking Chad's skill-based matchmaking coming clutch.
I don't know, but it was 3s. I did say that to Cave. I was I wonder if it's because we're playing with Chad.
Because I feel like when I play with Xavier and my cousin, it's so much easier than when I play with you guys.
Well, and usually when you play with us, we're playing 4s. I think 3s is 10 times easier, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, there's just not that extra person.
Yeah. All right. Enough. What?
No, I was saying, but ready to move on.
Oh yeah, ready to move on. All right. So the draft happened. I don't even know how long ago, but
it's been so.
We gotta talk about it. All right. So the most watched draft ever, because there's no sports going on at all. And okay, I saw. So someone, I think Adam Schefter tweeted this shows that people miss sports, and then people were commenting. a certain demographic was like the WNBA draft was like a week ago. Stop it. I'm all for the WNBA, but I'm not watching the draft, bro.
Hey,
I'm watching the finals at most.
On the topic of the WNBA, someone tweeted that Seattle deserves a basketball team.
They do have a team.
And Brianna Stewart commented something about how they do have one, like, because the Seattle Storm.
Yeah. The Seattle Storm was pretty good too. They had Sue Bird for a while, I think.
And I just read it, and I know it's gonna sound terrible, but I just kind of laughed.
Well, they do have it. Okay, the WNBA isn't that bad.
They do, but they don't.
Okay, they don't have an NBA team.
That's what the tweet was referring to.
I know, they should. You gotta think about that. You gotta think about that.
She knows.
No, I'm talking about the dude that tweeted it. Use your brain. He was verified, probably, wasn't he?
I think he was.
Use your brain, dude.
I almost commented on the Instagram post I saw on Instagram. I was like,
you would have got them, dude.
I would have. It would have messed with their heads.
All right, NFL draft. Most watched draft ever. I kind of want to go through like winners and losers first, and then talk about our teams. Okay, so I made a list right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Play like teams that I like the best. Do you want to just say who do you think had the best draft, or have you even deep dove?
I haven't done much research. I've been pretty busy.
Neither have I. I didn't really. This was like it took me 10 minutes to come up with this list. But who you got? Just throw a name.
Dude, I don't even know, man.
All right, I'll go first. Obviously, the Bengals.
Yeah,
they get their guy. They got their guy. And then I even put Higgins. Like, he's a good receiver, from Clemson.
Yeah. T. Higgins.
Then I put the Ravens.
Oh, yeah, the Ravens had a low-key, sneaky good draft.
And I can't believe J.K. Dobbins actually fell that far. Is that just like my Big Ten bias?
All the way towards he was 55 overall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of that success was taken away from him. Like, the credit wasn't given to him fully just based on the team he was playing for. And like, think of those years. His rookie season, who was the quarterback? Was it still JT?
Dude,
or
I don't know. Dude, I get pounded by Ohio State every year because I'm a Michigan fan, obviously, and I just like take it on the chest.
Last year.
Yeah.
And Haskins kind of overshadowed him a little bit. I feel like the quarterback there always kind of overshadows that running back position.
Yeah, but like they just fed. I think JT. I think he was the running back because I remember the JT was short game because he was. I think Dobbins ran all over them the whole game and then punched it in overtime. So I don't know. It's tough.
But,
and then they got that D tackle. The Texas A&M guy.
I don't even know his name.
I don't know any of these people's names.
This is the negative about covering the draft late is
it's
everything
not fresh.
I saw. Yeah, everything I saw and was up to date on is now out of date.
Yeah. So the next I had the Cowboys because CeeDee Lamb fell to them. So there was the two Alabama guys, right? And then CeeDee Lamb, I felt like upper echelon. Like these are the three guys you want. And there was still a dip, but I feel like even after, like, the wide receiver talent was just so high. So you got Wills. Wait, no, not Wills. That's the lineman. So you got Ruggs, that one. Then Jerry Jeudy, and then CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
I thought it was like, you take one and you'll be fine. You know what I mean? Like, if you get one of those three, you're in it. All right, the next I had Colts. Yeah.
Dude, the Colts are they're gonna run down people's throats, man.
Because Marlon Mack, let's be honest, just the he just benefited from the line, you know. And I guess, and Wisconsin has a good line, you know, but Jonathan Taylor is just so big.
He's big. He's fast.
I'm eyeing him in fantasy. Be ready. That's the guy I'm reaching for.
Yeah, I expect him to have a huge humongous year. I love that. Love that man. I honestly do. That's all I gotta say.
And then now we're kind of like, you know, these aren't really winners. I just kind of like what they did. I like the Jags. They basically like rebuilt their defense. It's like,
really, I didn't pay too much attention to Jacksonville. What they did.
It's like they're just like you know, they're letting all these guys go, so like we got to reset. I actually liked what the Raiders did. They went like super receiver heavy.
Mm-hmm. They needed to.
Yeah,
they don't have anybody.
And I think people were like confused, like why they're going all in on Carr. But if you're gonna go all in, you know, go all in. So like,
well, and even if you're not sure, you can go in all in on Carr. But if you don't want him after this year or in 2 years, like those receivers are still going to be young, so be on rookie deals.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me. We're kind of jumping the gun, but like, didn't the Packers get like 3 receivers a couple years ago or 2? Is that the scam?
I think it was 2 last year, like not this past year, but 2 years ago at this point already.
Yeah, and then I put the Dolphins. They got their guy. So I actually like what Brian Flores did last year. Like they didn't win any games really, but they tried to compete, you know. It's not like they were just like getting blown out by 40 every game. And then I just think they had a bunch of draft picks and I don't think they reached for anybody, you know, like they didn't, you know what I mean? And then the Giants, I literally, because they took a tackle, they just took a lineman. I was like, that's a dub. Draft. I was like, that's a dub.
That's a dub. That's a dub in New York.
Yeah, and then did you see that they were trying to like say they were interested in Tua, like last second, they're like, oh, we might take Tua. The Dolphins are like, no, you're not. Like, shut up. No, you're not. And then I had the section in my notes, biggest WTF. I started with the Bears, because why would you draft a tight end in the first round?
Well, they drafted him it was their
first pick, right?
First pick. Yeah.
And then I had the Eagles with Hurts.
Yeah, dude, I don't know about that. I don't even know what to think.
Like, you just signed Carson Wentz to that huge deal, and then you're gonna be like, are they trying? I don't understand using a second round pick.
Right, that's what I was about to bring up. On
a dude that you used twice in a game. You know what I mean? Like you don't draft the Taysom Hill guy in the second round.
Exactly. Everyone's talking about he's gonna be, you know, the Philadelphia's Taysom Hill. Doug Peterson wants to use him the same way Sean Payton uses Taysom Hill. Blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, you really want to waste that pick on that guy, because
that would have been there later.
It would have been there later. Not only that, but there's plenty of athletic guys you can get like that.
Yes, you don't have to make him. Hurts. Yeah, you don't need to make him. You know, he was a top level quarterback. Taysom Hill wasn't. Like, I don't know. That just never goes well. Like transitioning a high profile like quarterback like that to like, they tried to do that with what's his face, Terrell Pryor. They tried to do that with him.
Yeah,
doesn't work. Like, I don't know. What are you doing?
Braxton Miller, same thing.
Yes, all those Ohio State quarterbacks for some reason.
True.
And then I said the Texans just because they're stupid. They only had like 4 draft picks.
Yeah, seriously. Same with the Saints, bro. Saints only had like 3 or 4.
Yeah, but of course I like their first round pick, Cesar Ruiz from Michigan, one of the linemen. I just thought the Michigan line was really good, but, you know, what do I know? All right.
Hey, Packers got a Michigan lineman.
They did talk about the Packers.
What did you Packers
think?
Draft?
Yes.
What are you doing? Was my first thought.
Yeah, I agree. That was my first thought.
Going in, obviously, their receiving core is lacking behind Adams. They got a bunch of young guys. They're not developing, or at least they haven't to this point.
Yeah.
So
is that? Do you think that's the fear? Like, we can't just like swing again because we just missed. What if you miss again?
Well, that's what I was looking into after like thinking about everything, reading some stuff. It looks like this came from the GM directly. He said the same thing I just said. We already have all these young guys that are in their second, third years, and he was talking about how the receiver position usually takes a couple years to develop. Like even Devontae Adams wasn't very good until like his third, fourth year.
Yeah.
And so if you have all these young guys on your roster already, like I think they have 10 guys right now on their roster that they drafted within the last, 2-3 years. You have all these guys. You take one more, it's just going to become even more crowded. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I guess I get that, but there's definitely a difference in talent between getting a guy in the first round of an NFL draft and Jake Kumro, who's like a 28-year-old third-year player.
3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So the story of the draft for the Packers was Jordan Love drafted the quarterback in the first round.
So what was your initial thought? What is your thought today?
My initial thought was, what are you doing? Not as calm as that, but now, after thinking about it for, a little bit of time, it makes sense when you consider Rodgers is already going to be 37 this year.
Yeah.
It's a very similar situation to what he was in with Favre. The only difference is that Rodgers has expressed he wants to play into his 40s, whereas Favre was like threatening to retire every year.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you see a guy that you like, if the team likes their guy, like the Giants last year with Daniel Jones,
that's different.
No one thought. Okay, but I'm just saying, if you see your guy, you get your guy. If you know he's your guy, you get your guy.
Yeah. So this has got to be what happens. Like you're scouting, and then there's just like that one guy that's like one guy in the room, and the higher ups are like, what about this Jordan Love guy? And then they just pitch him like a car salesman, bro. And then everyone's like, yeah, dude, I think we should get him. Even though, okay, so how long did he get signed yet?
I don't know if he has. I haven't been keeping up.
So what's his contract going to be, like 4 years?
Yeah, it's going to be probably a 4-year deal, maybe a 5th-year option.
Did you not just see what happened to my Patriots? No, my Patriots. They get Jimmy G. Okay, you get this guy early. He starts getting good. And you're like, what if we want to use him? And then what if Rodgers is still playing at a high level when he's 41? Are you just going to move on?
That's a tough situation. To me, perfect scenario. Rodgers, maybe doesn't mentor him directly because that's not his job. But this kid gets to learn how Rodgers prepares, how he goes about his business, all these things.
Yeah.
Rodgers plays out his deal.
And then he goes to join the Patriots.
And then he retires a Packer.
Not happening.
I don't want anyone else to have him.
I'm just going to tell you, that's not happening. It's either...
No. I never said it was. I'm saying ideal.
When's his contract end? Do you know off the top of your head?
I'm pretty sure 2022.
Okay.
Like through that season.
That's not good. That's kind of close. You know what I mean? Like that's 3 years from now. So ideally you get 1 year of Jordan Love on his rookie deal. I bet you that's what they thought too. They're like, last year of his contract, like if Rodgers retire, like if he leave, they're gonna let him walk, bro. Even if he goes to play somewhere else.
I think they might even trade him, dude.
Dang.
Like we're talking about what I wanted to happen, what I thought was
Yeah.
best, what I think will happen. I think he'll end up getting traded, bro.
Dang.
Just if Love develops the way they obviously want him to,
yeah.
you can't have Rodgers and Love on that roster. Like Rodgers eats up too much of that cap.
And too much of
To take advantage of Love's low hit.
yeah. Dang. Worst case scenario, bro, is if he gets hurt. Like if Rodgers gets hurt for another like
Now,
prolonged period of time.
yeah, and if Rodgers gets hurt, say he plays another year, gets hurt after that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it'd be terrible if he got hurt now.
Yeah.
Just because that
There's
dude's
pressure.
rookie.
Then there's like
But-
pressure right behind you.
Say Rodgers plays well a couple years, gets hurt. I guess that's not ideal at all.
Yeah.
But for the Packers, that's like a sigh of relief because then they're like, okay, now
We just drafted this guy. Anyway.
we drafted this guy. Now we have an even better reason to get rid of Rodgers.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a weird situation. I don't think Rodgers is done anytime soon. Like I was looking at some of the cap numbers or the cap hits that the team's going to be taking. They can't afford to trade him for like at least 2 years.
Yeah, which is I'm sure by design. Like if they're
Yeah.
gonna trade him, it's gonna be in 2 years. You know.
But I don't know. All I got to say is Packers were good last year. They might have won a couple games that they might not win most of the time, but
What a
another
weird
year together.
That's a classic Packers season though. Like you didn't sneak your way into the like being one win away from a Super Bowl, but it doesn't feel like they were on that caliber, you know.
Yeah, totally.
But that's classic Packers, you know. Always in it. Are you gonna ask me what I thought about the Patriots draft?
Yeah, we spent a little too much time on Jordan Love.
Nah,
What'd you
that's
think
cool.
of? What'd you think of? I can't think of the dude's name right now.
Kyle Duggar,
No.
Josh Uche.
Yes.
I was losing my mind, bro, because they didn't have that. They traded for that pick, and I was like, I'm just watching the draft because what else is there to do? And they drafted that Kyle Duggar dude, and like that didn't let me down because like I just didn't know who he was, you know.
Yeah.
And it was just a Michigan and Patriots thing coming together. Oh, I'm excited, bro. Josh Uche was a dog. He should have been starting since his junior year, but like that defense, the Michigan defense is good, but I'll be honest, extremely overrated. Like year in and year out, like
The
it's
Michigan defense.
yes,
Yeah.
it's cool when you hold Hawaii to 3 points, but you can't let Ohio State score 60. You know what I mean? So like,
Tough.
but they have like good like, with Winovich, like he just those college like it's different when your job is just to line up and try to rush the passer. You know what I mean? Like I feel like in college there's more like horizontal. I feel like at the NFL level it's more straight up. Like these are the guys at the highest level. They're passing the ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I see what you're saying.
like it's not gimmick stuff,
Yeah.
And that's what Michigan
it's
struggles
more,
with.
they're gonna line up. They're gonna do their thing.
Yeah. So
It's not all this misdirection and.
I'm excited. And then they got those 2 tight ends. They got that dude from UCLA, and they got Dalton Keene from Virginia Tech. I just hope, I pray. Like, so I don't remember which one's which, but one of them's a big guy like Gronk. Like, people are saying he's next Gronk. The other guy is like he's not going to be Gronk. But the other guy is like a versatile, like smaller, tight end. So people are so stupid, especially Patriots fans, because that's a little section of the Boston fandom, and they're like, dude, Gronk Hernandez 2.0, and I'm like, you can't say that. Like, that's once in a lifetime.
You literally can't say that.
Once in a lifetime. And the more I talk about, keep going.
I saw this funny Warzone meme of Aaron Hernandez leaving the gulag to join Gronk and
I
Brady.
did see that. And then they got another Michigan lineman. Love that guy. Michael Anu. I don't even know how you say his name, dude. I just always saw his name and was like, yep, that's him.
Michael Lee.
I know I've never had to say the name. And then they got a kicker in the 5th round. What are you doing?
Hey, dude.
I thought they were gonna get Fromm. But they needed to get a kicker because they didn't re-sign what's his face.
Kostowski. Rip, dude. That was a staple.
Well, I don't know if they're gonna tank next year. Probably not. They'll probably still make the playoffs. But I don't know. I kind of want them to tank just so I can.
It's all up to Stidham, dude.
I actually kind of believe in Stidham.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's gonna be bad.
I wanted them to draft Hurts, right? But I didn't want him to reach for him, if he fell to the 4th round, pick him,
Yeah.
At that point, but and who else? I kind of talked myself into Fromm towards the end of the draft. I'm like, it's just a late round pick, just fuck it, send it. But they didn't. So, all right, there's the NFL draft
in a nutshell.
In our fragmented, how long was it? It was a month ago. It was a while ago.
It was some time ago.
Our fragmented, belated NFL draft coverage. All right. So we want to talk about next. It's the only sports thing that's been relevant consistently during quarantine, The Last Dance. So, Roach, as someone that's not you're into basketball though, but you don't look back and deep dive and kind of watch games on your own.
A lot of this history stuff's new to me.
Yeah, so when you watch the Bad Boys doc, the Magic Moment stuff, it's you're learning. What's the biggest thing from this doc that you've taken away?
Well, one, I just want to say the doc honestly makes me feel like I'm a Bulls fan in the 90s.
Really? I think I would have hated him.
Honestly, I probably would have too, but I would have loved that he won.
Yeah, I would have loved watching him. Yeah.
I don't know, it's cool to see, and it's definitely from a heavy Bulls perspective, obviously.
Of course.
But it's just cool to see it's basically covered since Jordan was in the NBA. From 84 on.
Do you like how they shoot it?
I do. At first I didn't.
I didn't either.
Where it jumps back and forth between the final year and then the rest of the history. I didn't understand it at first, but now that it's 7 episodes in.
Okay, the first ones, they weren't making any connections, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Now they're
understand it at first.
They're oh, we had to play the pace, we had to play the Nets or something like that. And then they went back when they played the Nets, and then there was one, it was, what was it? I think they were talking about keep going.
You were talking about they had a whole episode basically on Dennis Rodman.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I'm sick of it, bro. The Bad Boys doc, he had a whole 20 minutes. And then he had his own doc. He had his own 30 for 30.
He did.
I get it. He partied, bro. But his Rodman doc, they didn't really talk about the Bulls run that much.
No, they didn't.
They were kind of yeah, he won 3. What? That's a big deal. I can't. In the Rodman doc, did they talk about when he went to wrestle? Did they talk about that? Oh,
I don't think they did.
Do you know about this?
No.
Oh, WCW, right?
Yes.
So there was a feud between This was during the playoff, like during the finals. It was during like a practice in the playoffs. He missed practice to go to Monday Night Nitro, and he came out with the NWO and had the world title around his shoulder. It was dope. And there was like a whole like Diamond Dallas Page plus Karl Malone versus Hollywood Hulk Hogan and Dennis Rodman. They had a match. Oh, bro. They did? Yes.
That's wild.
Karl Malone hit the diamond cutter. It was so weird, bro. It was so cool.
I only know of Diamond Dallas Page from Ready to Rumble. Have you seen that movie?
Yes. So good. Best wrestling movie. With what's his name? David Arquette.
Yeah.
You know that dude won the world title in real life?
No, I did not.
Yeah, he won the world heavyweight title in WCW.
I'm learning so many facts right now, dude.
Actually, he still wrestles. He like wrestles at like the small like indie shows like put on by like the circus. Anyway, we're talking about The Last Dance.
The Last Dance.
I don't know how we started talking about David Arquette.
You're talking about an episode that was like really weird.
I don't remember. It was one of the first
ones.
I don't
know. I just know they started to. At first, like I said, I was confused on how they were jumping back and forth, and I think it's like you said, it was kind of disconnected. But as they tried drawing parallels between that 88 or that 98 season and
everything else,
yeah,
which makes sense.
Now that I understand that, I like it a lot better.
And I told you this like when this was coming out. I was like, it's gonna be interesting, but it's not gonna get good to like episode 5. You know, like because like the beginning stuff's cool. That's why I kind of like looking back. I like how they're shooting it because that early stuff is not interesting to me. Like, cool, you dropped 60, you guys lost. Like, you put the league on notice. Like everyone already knew about you. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like we don't freak out over James Harden dropping 60 against the Kings. You know what I mean? But
got it out of the way. And now we're into the juicy bits.
So, kind of want to talk about the last 2 episodes, episode 7 and 8, when he retires, right? Mm-hmm. And did you like how they kind of went into like a murder doc there for a second with his dad?
Oh, with his dad?
Yes, I was like, dude, I'm watching what's it called? Dateline. I'm watching Dateline NBC right now. But look, okay, what I feel like this doc captures the best, how they talk about Jordan now, they were talking about him like that back then. You know what I mean? He only won 2 titles, and they're still talking about him like he's the GOAT. Like, just like the little snippets they're taking. Like, and I feel like that's part of like where media was, like in the 90s. Like, it just, like, media was huge, but now you're getting like, everybody's talking about, the NBA because it's huge. So
yeah, it just
right place, right time. You know what I mean?
After that 80s run.
Yeah, and he was the best in the league. Like, let's be honest. There's a little talent drought there, and he's so much better than everybody else.
I mean,
perfect time.
According to who?
According to me.
Was there really a talent drought, or was he just that much better?
Who's the second player on that Drexler team? On that Drexler Blazers team? Terry Porter? You know what I mean? Like,
hey, I'm just saying, bro. All these guys want to take from others, but not take from Jordan.
That's what exactly. But I just feel like the 90s in general, it's just so overrated. Anyway, I digress. What do you think about the 95 playoff run that they had?
So honestly, the one thing that came to my mind once again was what you just brought up, the whole talent gap thing. It's like, who are they playing to get there, man?
Yes, bro. They're sweeping all these teams.
Who are they playing to get there? And then who are they playing when they get there?
Yeah. They're playing
That's
Shaq
the
and
only
Penny.
thing I could think of.
Okay.
Because I'm comparing a lot of the stuff I see in this doc currently to what I've seen.
Yes.
With He who shall not be named.
Legoat.
I just said he shall not be named.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I agree. And okay, you beat Reggie. Cool. Mark Jackson's the second best player. Like they didn't even beat. I don't know, bro. It's just like, so 94, he's not playing. 95 is when the Magic win.
Magic beat him.
The East. Yeah. Okay. Then they beat the Knicks in 7 before that Magic series, right?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Okay. Cool. But I don't get it, bro. I just don't. My head just can't wrap around it. Yes, LeBron has an easy East, okay? But when he gets to the finals, he's playing.
Who does he play?
He's playing all-time teams.
He's playing the Popovich, Duncan, Ginobili, Parker Spurs.
With Kawhi Leonard on that team.
Not only once, but twice. He literally dragged the Cleveland team to that. That finals doesn't count, right?
No, I can't.
He's 3-5. He's not.
But people are gonna count it because you know why? Jordan went 6-0.
Yeah, dude. Give me Sean Kemp and Gary Payton any day of the week.
That's the thing. It's like you had these stars, okay?
What happened to Sean Kemp after that finals, dude? He collapsed.
Yes.
He's out.
You have these stars, but then like, who else? Like Iguodala, bro. Kawhi Leonard is the 4th best player on that team. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm okay. I need to stop hating on Jordan. He's on paper the best of all time, but let's just think about it. So then they spent 20 minutes explaining away why they lost that series. Is that unfair to say?
No.
The whole time. Even when they're talking about it, they throw in little things like, oh, they were 500. The next year they win 72 games. They only added one person.
Literally.
So, and like, oh, they're 500.
Is that to Jordan's credit, though?
No. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the fact that they're 72 and 10, yes.
No. Look.
He's pushing them.
This is why it's not to Jordan's credit. Because the year before Jordan came back,
oh yeah,
they made the playoffs. They almost made it to the Eastern.
Oh, that was crazy. Dude. So like, you hear about things and then you just like forget like stuff that happened. I totally forgot about Scottie Pippen not going in for that Tony Kukoc shot.
Really?
Dude, I remember like my dad makes sure I'm learned in this stuff, and because he lived it.
Shout out to Stoney.
Shout out Stoney. He has hoop earrings like Michael Jordan right now, and like I just don't like what Scottie Pippen is an all-pro, bro. Like
he just said nope,
and he's like, nah, the play's not for me, which is crazy because. And Peyton, my girlfriend, was watching it with me, and she's like, "Didn't he say earlier that he's not a shooter? Like, wasn't there a whole section about him like running the triangle ran better because they didn't have a all out scorer, and he doesn't want to be in the last play because it's not for him." So, yeah, when Kukoc hit that shot, like Peyton like lost her mind. She was like, "What?"
Really?
Yeah,
I guess she doesn't know it.
Yeah,
know really anything.
Yeah, so that was cool. Anyway, now we're talking about how they're splitting away the '95 playoffs, right? And then with the same team. Oh, and then they threw in this little part. They're like, oh, and then they didn't have they missed Horace Grant's rebounding in the power forward position. I think Jay Adonde said it or something like that. And then they're like, oh, with the addition of Rodman, you know what Rodman is? A rebounder and a power forward. Like, that's not a coincidence that's like, he said it like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For sure. I don't know. I find it kind of funny, but also kind of frustrating. Like, I don't know. There's just a lot of, based on who's in the media now, who they grew up with, that type of thing.
And that's a lot of things. The media people now, it's kind of like the people that run the government now are old. You know, it's like the big people in media right now. Like the 90s was when they were first coming in.
Yeah, a lot of them played against him.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're gonna.
If they don't protect him, they're degrading their work. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So yeah, and then in the ultimate just smear campaign, Gary Payton gets dragged,
dude, through the mud, bro, and thrown down on the ground like the Hulk chucked Loki.
Bro, it's so upsetting, bro. I was like,
but what he was saying,
as soon as he was
true.
talking, I was like, they're gonna show this to Jordan. Like the whole time he's talking, I was like, they're gonna show it to him. And he's just gonna laugh at it like he did Isaiah Thomas. Okay, yes. Yeah. And he's like, okay, a change happens. They put Gary Payton on him. He doesn't play as well. And Jordan's like, he didn't have my number. What? You were 3 of 21?
He says, I had so many other things on my mind. Cuts to the
nice.
Game 6.
Okay, yeah.
Cuts to Game 6 on Father's Day. I'm just like...
So you're saying you threw those games so you would win on Father's Day? Is that what you're saying? I don't know. I don't know, Gary Payton's one of my favorite players ever. So the fact that he just got dragged for no reason.
That's what I'm saying.
He got dragged for playing well. Like what?
I've liked the doc to this point, but you can tell.
Of course, there's going to be a bias
without Jordan's input.
Of course. Well, did you know? Like, so they filmed the '98 season, right? You know who like the director of like filming and stuff like that was? It was Adam Silver. And
yep.
They're like, all right, we're gonna film this, but not one of us can't use it without the other's permission. Mm-hmm. Was basically. And then they start filming this after LeBron. Bro. After LeBron comes back from 3-1.
He had to reassert his name.
I don't know if I said it on the podcast or if I just said it to somebody, but like he saw people saying that, LeBron might be the best ever, and he's like, I got to put an end to this immediately. All right.
Yeah, because I mean, if I didn't know any better, dude, like I remember hearing Jordan said, "You might not like me after this, doc.
Yeah,
like, my reputation might take a hit." I'm like, dude, if your reputation's taking a hit right now, then I don't know what's happening because
I don't know what is happening.
All I'm seeing is lights coming down from heaven on you. Oh, I didn't do these drugs when I first got into the league. I didn't have a gambling addiction. What are you talking about? Keep it real, dude. Come on.
What are you talking about? People are going to like me after this doc. And then episode 7, one of the best scenes in maybe sports history, is when he's talking about, like, if you don't want to play like that, that's fine. And he, like, starts crying. That was awesome. But, like, no one's going to like you. There's, like, have you not seen this?
Literally.
Did you not screen it? Oh, I know you did. All right, whatever. We're done. We're done with The Last Dance. The next episode's gonna be dope, though. Keep going.
It's better than anything else we got.
So. Yes, it's something we can talk about. And so, do you know about the Pacers series next? Like, do you know what happens? I'm not even gonna tell you. It's crazy, bro. Let's just say the Bulls were on the ropes. They were on the ropes.
Was that the game where Reggie Miller scored like 11 points in 9 seconds?
No. That was against the Knicks. That's a great 30 for 30 you need to watch. Reggie Miller versus the New York Knicks.
Miller time.
Makes you proud to be from Indiana. Because he loves Indiana, bro.
Watching it tonight.
He was supposed to be on the 08 Celtics team, right? Like, he was so close to signing. And he was like, nah, I can't do that to Indiana. He was just going to be like at the end of the bench. Yeah, well, he retired in 05.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, he came back 3 years later.
Yeah. All right. Well, it would have been like 2 because 07, 08.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know what you mean. All right. I don't even know if we're going to have verse running so long. All right. So I saw that Bleacher Report Game of Zones.
Love that show.
Did you watch the newest episode?
There's only been 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then yes.
So like we're going to Seattle, the end.
Yeah.
And so they elect their team, and I was like, oh, we should do that for a little gimmick. So I'm just gonna list the dream team. Jordan,
the team to
team to beat the dream team.
The team to cream.
Because in the show, the dream team, it's based on Game of Thrones, and like the Night King, like the walk, kind of like the zombies like come. So like the undead version of the dream team's coming to like say that this generation's soft and like stuff like that. So in the show, it's going to be like the dream team versus these the current players. So the dream team is Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, John Stockton, Patrick Ewing, David Robinson, Clyde Drexler, Scottie Pippen, Chris Mullin, and Christian Laettner.
Christian Laettner, dude.
Well, I don't know why they've always done that. Like they did that for a while. They had like a college player. Should have been Shaq, but so dang, when I said that out loud, that was such a good team. All right. So, what is the current NBA's best chance to beat the dream team? I haven't really done any preparation for this, and I mean, dude, like debate it out.
I was thinking about it, and I think it's gonna be pretty close to what the show said, what Game of Thrones.
I don't even remember what they said. So they have 2 point guards, 2 shooting guards, 3 small forwards, 2 power forwards, 3 centers. So I feel like 2 of each, and then
an extra forward,
an extra whatever, like
yeah,
maybe want another guard, we want another, okay. So maybe we just go through like the starting 5, kind of. So like, who would the starting 5 be? LeBron, obviously, right?
So Steph.
Yeah. Okay.
Steph at the 1.
Yep.
Honestly, I might throw Clay in at the 2. That dude.
Clay?
Probably the best 2 in the whole league. Like, if I'm forming a whole team.
Okay, yes. Okay, if you're okay, he fits better. Yeah, I agree. Okay, Clay.
I'll have Harden. I'd rather have Harden coming off my bench.
Yes. Okay, Clay. LeBron.
Clay, I don't know. I'd probably go Kawhi LeBron.
Okay, Kawhi LeBron. Do you start? What about Giannis, bro? What?
Oh shit. Giannis is my center, dude.
The dream team's too big, I think. I think the dream team's too big for that.
Oh dang.
I don't know. He plays center, but like he plays center sometimes, right? But
I always forget about Giannis, man.
I know when we did the all NBA, you forgot about him.
Okay. So it's not too big. This lineup would literally kill the dream team.
Too fast?
With the death ball, small ball.
I'm just saying,
Ewing's
dude,
going to be passed out on the floor.
Patrick Ewing's not starting. You know who's starting? David Robinson.
David Robinson's going to be passed out on the floor.
That is so disrespectful.
I'm just kidding.
Look up the dream team starting lineup. I don't even remember.
I hope he doesn't watch this because I'd feel embarrassed if he heard that.
Who's the dream team starting lineup? So it was Magic, Jordan, Pippen, Barkley, Robinson? That sounds right. Right?
Yeah.
Did Bird get a ceremonial start? Because he's non-existent on this floor. Neither's Laettner.
Bird ceremoniously rode the bench.
All right, so LeBron, Kawhi, LeBron.
I say screw it, dude. Let's just go with the small ball lineup.
Okay.
This is ours.
And honestly, we might need a gimmick to do it. All right, let's do just like the backup, I guess. So just like point guard Luka. What do you think?
The backup point guard?
Yeah.
I mean, Luka is a pretty good choice. But yeah, I don't want Chris Paul. I think that the show took Chris Paul, but I don't want Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we could say Luka. I hope I'm not throwing too much shade on Kyrie again.
I don't think this bench might have no defense, bro. So Luka Harden.
That's how we win.
Luka Harden. We're playing in today's rules, right? Come on.
Yeah.
All right.
Luka Harden, probably Paul George.
Let me think. Probably, bro.
Anthony Davis.
So Paul George, AD.
And then, you need the Joker in there. That lineup's scoring 200 points in 100 possessions.
We need skinny Jokic here. He needs to be in the shape of his life.
Yeah, we need skinny Jokic.
So we have 2 left.
I'd say throw in Rudy Gobert
for defense. Okay.
Let's pick another defender. We got plenty of scoring.
Okay.
Andre Roberson.
What about Simmons, bro? We didn't put Embiid in.
Honestly, let's put. We didn't put Embiid in, but I don't really care.
So this is my proposition. Move Kawhi down to the second team. The fact that we have Clay in here is kind of throwing me off.
No, bro, Clay fits.
Yeah, he's 3 and D. So Simmons maybe just for pure defense. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean he can almost defend on 5 positions,
and he can handle the ball.
Yeah.
Or what do you? What about Lowry?
Nah.
All right.
I'm taking Simmons.
I like Simmons. I like his versatility.
I don't know. Should we do like a rookie, kind of like they did Leitner?
I think it's. Wait. So. Sure. Zion. Barkley 2.0.
Take Simmons off. I want Ja.
No. This is our team, and I veto that. I was thinking, like, okay, this makes sense. In the show, I was like, why is Embiid in? It's because Giannis isn't available.
Yeah.
Because he dies in the show.
He gets taken over by the Dream Team.
Who else got hurt in it? Oh, KD. Should we make KD available? KD's got to be available, bro.
KD was hurt.
So
he was like he wasn't dead, but he was just injured, like he is currently.
Okay, so we got to put KD in here. Who we taking out? I'm just gonna list everybody: Steph, Clay, Kawhi, LeBron, Giannis.
Okay.
Luka, Harden, Paul George, AD, Jokic.
Looking at our forwards, it has to be Paul George. Because I don't want to sacrifice any of my other positions.
Yeah.
I guess if you want to take out Simmons and put in KD because LeBron can basically play that position, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm going to do. So, our starting 5, officially, to beat the Dream Team, will be Steph, Clay, Kawhi, LeBron, Giannis.
I don't know, bro. Do you want Kawhi or KD up in there?
I want Kawhi up there.
KD's a 7-footer.
Can we just put Kawhi at the 2? Is that allowed?
Cool with that. Yeah, do it.
It's literally our life is on the line, bro.
It's our team.
I'm gonna put Clay at the bottom. I'm gonna put Clay's just plug and play. Just plug him in whenever you need him. PG's okay.
Yeah.
Starting lineup for last time: Steph, Kawhi, KD, LeBron, Giannis.
Oh, that's so good.
The bench: Luka, Harden. Man, Stockton might score that second unit. Luka, Harden, Paul George, Anthony Davis, Nikola Jokic.
Hey, that's where you plug in Clay, bro. If you can have Luka or Harden on the floor at that.
Yeah, okay, you can't have Luka and Harden on the floor at all at the same time. This is just yeah. And then Gobert and Clay are our last 2.
I love it, dude.
I love it. I think that team puts up a fight because they're deeper.
That's some of the best work we've ever done.
We did that quick too. I thought that was going to be a while. All right. So we're at the hour mark. Do you want to do let's do it.
We can do it quick.
We haven't done a long one in a while. We can take our time. Take our time.
The audience deserves more.
All right. So another gimmick. I think we should just do these a lot. Like just end them like this. We're gonna do a 2017 NBA redraft. Okay. So the 2017 NBA draft, we're just gonna redo it. We're gonna keep the trades in that happened because it would just be too complicated if we didn't. So just a little backstory to the 2017 draft. Markelle Fultz, consensus number 1 pick for some reason. Don't know why. And the Celtics, I don't think they ever wanted him, to be honest. But they're like, yeah, we really want Fultz. So they trade with the Sixers. The Celtics had the number 1 pick. They trade back to 3, and they got other stuff. At the end of the day, I don't think that trade really mattered, like the other stuff. But it happened. Do you want the first pick or the second pick? Roach.
I don't know. I don't want to just take it.
Just take it. You got it. You got the first pick.
With the first pick in the 2017 NBA draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Donovan Mitchell, University of Louisville.
Okay.
Bro, imagine that Sixers team with Donovan Mitchell.
Okay. Imagine that Sixers team with Jason Tatum. But hey, the pick's in.
Is it bad that I was so focused on not taking Lonzo, I kind of forgot about Tatum?
What are we doing? You made the pick, bro. The Sixers are tanking.
Hey, it's fine.
Yeah.
Is it fine?
Is it fine? It's fine. All right. The Lakers.
I'd rather have Tatum on the Lakers anyway, dude.
What was that? Well, if Tatum's on the Lakers, they don't get LeBron. They might get LeBron, but they don't get AD. All right.
No, they get both.
Second overall pick, I'm taking Tatum.
It doesn't work like
clear
that, dude.
pick.
When you change the past, the future stays the same. Just the person changes.
No. All right. Celtics number 3. Who you got?
I'm gonna go ahead and, as the Boston Celtics, take Bam Adebayo.
Okay. Do you want to elaborate on Bam? His game?
I mean,
dog. Second most. He's the most valuable. He's not the best player on the team, but he's the most valuable to the Heat right now. He's
improved a ton.
Yeah.
Like, he honestly kind of came out of nowhere this year.
Yeah. He was good last year, but, like, he took a leap into... He was an all-star, you know? Like,
yeah. This is huge.
So, I'm at number 4 with the Suns. So, I read this earlier today.
Yes. I'm looking at that number 4 pick right now. Yikes.
The Suns, they were like, if Tatum falls to us, we don't even want him. They're like, he doesn't fit well with... That's what the GM said at the time. He doesn't fit well with Devin Booker. You're not drafting for fit if you've been the lottery every year. You know what I mean?
I'm even thinking about that. That doesn't even really make sense.
Yeah. Well, at the time, Tatum he needed the ball. Like in Duke, he needed the ball all the time. But this is how Duke plays, you know? Like, one guy... Everything's around him. So Tatum handled the ball all the time. He was a pick and roll guy, shooting middies. I mean, he still does that. But at the time, I'm trying to explain it. It still doesn't make sense. Because he was the most polished scorer. I thought he was the best player. Like, everyone was talking about Markelle Fultz, and I'm like, I didn't think Markelle Fultz was going to, disappear. But I'm like, I think Tatum's the most polished and he's going to make the most impact right away. But who knows? All right, so the Suns, I'm going to take De'Aaron Fox. I'm going to have Booker and Fox, best backcourt in the league. Number 5, the Kings. Who you got?
I was kind of hoping De'Aaron Fox would fall to me, but looking at this, honestly, I'm probably going to go ahead and take Kyle Kuzma
Wow. Okay.
with the Orlando Magic.
No, you're
Or,
number 5.
No, I'm
with the
Sacramento.
Kings. Yeah,
You're right. Same difference.
I agree. All right, I'm the Magic. I'm trying to think of who they even took here. I think they took Jonathan Isaac.
They took Isaac. Yeah.
And okay, this is where it gets tricky because now you're just at like talent, you know, like who has the higher ceiling, because we see like the top people left. We've seen stuff, but it's like if they can make a leap, or you know, the risk is also if they don't make a leap, are you fine with what they are right now, you know? And with that in mind, I think I'm going to take John Collins.
Oh, dang.
I actually love John Collins.
Okay. So,
Wolves, 7.
I'm going to go ahead, keep the 7th pick the same as it was, Lauri Markkanen.
Okay. I actually have it yeah. So this was the Wolves pick and got traded to the Bulls, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Laurie. All right. The Knicks. Okay.
Previously took Neil Kina.
Yep. Not taking him, I can tell you that. I actually do like Frankie Nicotine, but
Frankie Nicotine.
okay. I think I'm going to go with Lonzo.
Oh, I was hoping he wouldn't be in the lottery.
You're on crack if you didn't think he was going to be in the lottery.
But what a bust.
Stop. Okay. Coming out of college, the comparison was Jason Kidd, and that comparison has been spot on. Because a lot of people forget Jason Kidd could not shoot until he teamed up with Dirkie. So,
Dirk.
all right. Number 9, Mavs. Who you got?
With the number 9 pick, this one is mainly just because I like his name, honestly. I'm going to go ahead and choose Turd Ferguson.
Wow, I did not think he was going to. Terrence Ferguson for the people at home. Terrence Ferguson.
Turd Ferguson.
Okay, so your brother, big Thunder fan, not Thunders. Doesn't make any sense. What does he think of Terrence Ferguson?
He honestly hates him.
Really, I don't like him either.
I picked that for comedic relief. If Stonewall doesn't take my guy, I'm taking him next. The guy I really wanted.
Blazers here. So this was not Collins. This was it was Collins. Zach Collins was this pick.
Yeah.
Okay. So you kind of need a swing here. So the Blazers right here at 10, you pick for fit, you know? So they took a 4. I'm going to take OG Anunoby.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
And then 11. Honestly, Malik Monk hasn't really panned out too well.
Mm-mm.
I'm going to go ahead and just go big with Jared Allen.
Okay. I lost my notes, bro. Jarrett Allen.
So you're at Detroit.
Was that your guy?
Right now. That was the guy I was going to take for Dallas.
So the Pistons, I'm going to keep the pick the same, actually. In hindsight, it's not the right pick because you have Donovan Mitchell right behind. But Luke Kennard is still a good player, in my opinion. So I'm going to go Luke Kennard. My Pistons.
Luke Menard.
All right, who you got?
Okay. I'll go ahead and I'm going to take Josh Hart with the Denver pick.
Well, it's actually the Jazz pick, but because I traded it.
The Jazz pick.
It was the Nuggets, so I'm pretty sure. All right.
So that leaves you with the last one, Miami at 14.
Yeah, so, yeah, we're only doing the lottery, by the way. That'd take forever if we did the whole draft. And we'd run out of content.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even know, like, any of these people.
Okay, so these are the people I still have available that I think, good players. Dennis Smith Jr., Jonathan Isaac, Josh Jackson, Thomas Bryant, Zach Collins, Derek White. The Heat.
Oh, you don't have Dwayne Bacon in there?
No. I mean, he's good, but I just didn't think of his name, I guess. I feel like he's so much older than that. Is he really in this draft?
I think there's multiple. No, I guess he is in this draft.
He is?
Yeah.
Is that who'd the Heat take here? I don't even remember.
The Heat?
Yeah, this is the Heat's pick, right?
They took Bam.
Oh, okay, this is Bam, okay. I think I'm gonna take Derek White. So my reasoning behind that, lower ceiling, but like what you're getting right away, You get defense, You get to do the handle the ball. He's played well with Pop. Who knows? That's just Pop doing his thing. But yeah. So the redraft going back. At number 1, we had the Sixers taking Donovan Mitchell. I didn't. Roach did. 2, Lakers take Tatum.
Most points scored since that draft.
Celtics take Bam. That'd be interesting if the Celtics had Bam. That's what. So I feel like when people do these, they forget okay, if the Celtics have
needed?
Bam, no, just if the Celtics have Bam here, they don't have Tatum. So the trajectory of that team's totally different. Tatum this year, bro, his rookie year, toe-to-toe with LeBron in the Eastern Conference Finals. Crazy. And then
I mean, it was basically the entire team toe-to-toe with LeBron.
Yeah, but he's the best player. And he dunked on LeBron.
I mean, no. I meant because LeBron literally had no help.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
It's it was kind of like 5-on-1, but not really.
Okay, that's a little extreme. Jeff Green played big in that game. Okay, and then
I actually love Jeff Green on that team.
Okay, Jeff Green is one of those people. The first time I saw him play was when he was with the Celtics, that I remember him playing. And he wins basically the game for him against LeBron. And then he goes to the Thunder. Doesn't really pan out. He just keeps bouncing on these teams oh, Jeff Green. But then he,
does nothing.
Disappears. And then he has one big game and, you feel solidified as being a Jeff Green supporter. Anyway, so the Suns take De'Aaron Fox at 4. The Kings take Kuzma at 5. The Magic take John. I think that's kind of a reach, by the way. Just saying.
Oh, yeah. Could be.
But, hey, you know what Kuzma is,
There's a couple reaches on here, Fultz.
Yeah. Well, Fultz didn't even get drafted.
Lonzo. I know.
Oh,
no,
you mean in general?
The previous draft.
Yeah.
The real one, Fultz, Lonzo, Josh Jackson. Those are all reaches.
So Kings take Kuzma. The Magic at 6 take John Collins. The Bulls at 7 stay the same, take Lauri Markkanen. 8, the Knicks take Alonzo. They need a star, I was thinking about DSJ there because he kind of fits. He's there now, he fits. He's a dunker, highlight plays, but I'm Lonzo. You might be able to build around him. And they have
Lonzo,
Porzingis still.
sanity.
They still have Porzingis still at this point.
That's true. That is true.
Mavs take Terrence Ferguson. Blazers take OG. Man, if OG was on the Blazers, whew, come on. 11, Hornets, Jarrett Allen.
That's literally what they need.
I know. Hornets take Jarrett Allen. Pistons stay the same, take Luke Kennard. So I was rewatching this draft actually, like today, and Luke Kennard is ambidextrous. like does most things right-handed, but he shoots left-handed because his dad like made him when he was younger. All right, Jazz
Weird.
take Josh Hart, and the Heat take Derek White. So DSJ not drafted, but that's one of those players. Okay, maybe someday sneaks in as an all-star. You know what I mean? But
Maybe.
like, if you're the Jazz,
has to be the right situation.
yeah. I don't know. The Jazz might take him there because they still want to have Mitchell. But, the Jazz were still a good team.
Yeah.
And the Heat take Derek White. He's just a Heat guy. That fits. All right, brother. I think that's about it. You got anything else?
That's all we got.
That's the pod.
Honestly, I feel pretty nasty. Haven't taken a shower yet.
Disgusting.
And I'm hungry. So I think I'm cool.
I made some hamburgers today.
The Hamburglar himself.
Dude, I'm kind of sick of cooking. This whole quarantine, dude.
I can't wait. I'm coming next weekend. I'm getting Chick-fil-A.
I'm ready.
I need it.
All right, well,
I need it.
we don't know when the next pod will be. We're just being honest. But,
No, we can. Hey, we're done with school, bro. I'm good.
you're
feel
ready
like
to
we
set a date right now. I will be there. When are we recording it?
We have I'm gonna give us a window between Tuesday and Thursday of each week.
All right, bet. All right, sounds good, man. Listen to Nav's new album, Good Intentions, everybody. Very good.
Listen to Slime and B. Very good.
What is
Chris
that?
Brown and Young Thug, dude.
Pass. I don't really like Chris Brown, but
I love Chris Brown.
I
Young
know you
Thug's
do.
pretty good on it.
all right, Good Intentions out now.
Did you listen to the deluxe?
I listened to some of it. The cover
haven't
art was so terrible, so I was like, I don't even know if I want to listen to it.
I know, dude. That's the cover art that was supposed to be.
I know. He tweeted like, "Oh,
Unfortunately.
dude, I just got the cover art that I was supposed to have." No, that's a L.
The last one, the first one, the OG one, definitely
Yes.
fit the rest of his albums.
And
too.
it fit. Yeah, that's what you're saying. Like it fit
Like,
the theme of his
it fit.
albums.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay, I agree.
that one just looks like 6ix9ine made it.
on a live, someone was like, "Would you ever do a song with 6ix9ine?" He's like, "No, I would not." He's like,
I'll
I just don't even want to mess with it."
I'll share album art style covers with him.
All right, well, that's enough for this week. We'll probably see you next week. Good job, Roach. You did great today.
Yeah, you too, my brother.
All right, peace out.
See you again, my guy.